Yes, it's shaping up to be a bloody year for Chicago public school students. At least 20 kids have been shot so far this school year. And just this weekend, 7 more students were shot. 2 of them died.
Project started as a collaboration between the artist Lincoln Schatz and the anti-violence organization Ceasefire. And we started off doing these portraits. We did 200 portraits over the course of the summer.
You wouldn't even believe, like right here, I rushed him to the hospital. I thought he was gonna die. And I'm gonna tell you the story because it's funny now because he's still living.
I lost friends that was very close to me, you know, that was a part of my everyday life.
The project was going out in the community, identifying community stakeholders, asking 2 questions. First, what's causing the violence? And secondly, how do you stop the violence?
You can get a gun easier than you can go buy a bag of peanuts.
A lot of youth they work with are simply on the fence. They're not sure where to go. You know, they're like, I want to do right, but wrong seems like it's flashing in my face all the time.
We started to identify youth media partners around the city, and sitting at this table, we started to, who can we start to work with? We started to reach out, and YOUmedia was one of the names that kept coming up as we started doing research of groups to contact.
For me, what pulled me into the project, I would say change.
What really got me inspired to do the things that I do now is what my friends go through.
What pulled me into the Cure Violence project was my mentor, Brother Mike.
Cure Violence, we started, kind of as a civic engagement project. Their whole idea was to try to get kids to shoot interviews and videos around the issue of, not only what are the problems in your community that are surrounding the violence issue, but what are some productive solutions?
AIDS is a disease as well as the mind state. We are all infected now. How many brothers can we lose in a day? I got used to the violence. So it was kind of like, somebody telling me, oh, so-and-so died. It's like, dang, that's bogus, but whatever. And when Brother Mike told me about the project or whatever, it was kind of like the first kind of sign to see that somebody else wanted something different. So I hopped on board because I know I want something different. I knew I couldn't do it by myself.
So what we did was approach the project as a digital journalism project where students can jump in a multiplicity of ways. Like I said, from video to spoken word to design to music.
Yeah, Brother Mike introduced the project to us at first. He wanted us to create a 3-minute video about violence in Chicago.
Do you feel as if video games persuade children to be violent? Well, yes, not really.
The art and technology aspect is really, really interesting to the students we work with. YOUmedia, one of the things that I love about their approach is that they see no conflict between digital journalism and art and poetry and music and video. That all falls under the rubric of digital journalism.
There is a natural affinity, they evidence, to using technology and to messaging within a contemporary cultural context. This kind of continuous generating, whether it's text or photo or video, kind of life blogging, whether they see it that way or not, it's a continual part of their practice. So it made sense to try and take what they're naturally doing through these social media outlets and try and move it towards a social change-based project.
Most people believe they won't make it out. I'm not most people. I'm a fighter. I don't try to attain greatness. I define it.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, my family raised me bogus as heck, The streets raised me, but might be seasoned, made.
Standing on a corner talking to a friend, got shot in the head twice.
Violent actions, we will not have it. Teenage murders, 200 plus. One was too much. This is enough.
There's a lot of people out there who just out there to, do whatever they want. And you might hear like a couple gunshots every now and then, but it's like you hear it, you don't see it though, but it's like you're like, man, I hear gunshots. What if that was so-and-so that I knew from back in the day?
My friend was walking with his friend, and there was a drive-by shooting, and his friend ended up getting shot instead of him. And so that touches me, and I didn't even find that out until I was interviewing him, and I was like, Wow, I didn't even know that.
A lot of my friends have been shot. So I was like, okay, I need to bring this to everyone's attention. So that's why the video was so important to me, and that's why I honestly did the best I could at it.
As far as me contributing to the project, it's like when you feel a certain kind of pain and you know what kind of, effect it has on you, you don't want that happening to other people.
They have a lot to say. They are they're inheriting what's going on now. They are, the possibility and potential for change is so obvious within that age group with kids, students. And the more students we met, so many of them had so many compelling things to say, and naturally selecting up out of the process too, we met a lot of young student leaders who were mind-blowing in terms of their message, their commitment, their drive.
It's like the teamwork that we have in this Cure Violence project. Like, you have people coming from the south side, the west side. Everybody has a different part in the project, and everybody has a strength and a weakness that another person can work on and another person you can help with. And especially with everyone coming together, we are able to make a giant impact. Not small, but giant impact on the communities that we live in.
If it was a DYN in not every community, but in almost every community, Chicago would be a better place.
YOUmedia really opened the door, and I think that's really vital to curing violence.
you.